We're here with IBJJF Hall of Famer Andre Galvao. Andre, thanks so much for doing this.
My pleasure, man. Great
So
to be here.
we just wrapped up the 2025 Worlds, another amazing event for Atos.
Yeah.
And we kicked it off with an award for Atos, 2024-2025 Grand Slam team rankings. You guys got first place. Tell me how that felt.
Man, it feels great. The girls there are doing amazing, right? Angelica, she's a big role model for those girls, you know. And I'm doing my best as a coach on the mat, and Angelica is doing her best, like off the mat, in terms of mentoring all of these athletes. I would say like Angelica is our HR, you know. So she helps them a lot and support them on and off the mat in terms of keep their feet on the floor when they win and lift them up when they lose, you know. So, you know, the life of an athlete is like ups and downs. There's a lot of emotions.
Yeah.
And we do our best, like in terms of managing their performance in that way, right? The mindset, the mentoring aspect of how to behave on and off the mats. And I think they're doing amazing. They're doing pretty well. Winning the Grand Slam first place team title was incredible. It was first time for us. And we feel pretty good about it. And I think we deserve that because we work so hard, you know. So, and we all see that, you know. The Atos team, it was really bright during Worlds, I would say, right? We brighted up or light right there, I would say. It was incredible performance by all athletes, and I just would like to congratulate all of them, and also the staff, you know, everyone that was behind the scenes to make sure that they could have an amazing performance.
Yeah, so you guys got fourth at adult male. You won adult female, which is amazing, and then third at juvenile.
Yeah.
And I thought we'd kick it off with talking about the color belts and the Dream Team specifically. They had another incredible run. Sarah won gold, got her black belt. Lillian got silver, got her black belt. Emily Leyva had an amazing performance, won gold, got her brown belt. Just tell me about the work that you've done over the years with the Dream Team.
Yeah, so most of these girls, they are with us since they're a little kid, right? A lot of them used to sleep over in my house, you know, like with Sarah. They're pretty much family. Like they all together for a long time, like since they're like 8, 7, 9 years old. I was able to teach them during the kids class, you know, together with Professor Josh Inger, JT Torres, and many others. And they are amazing. Like they are incredible. They listen. They do what we say. And it's all about the trust, right? So they trust us, and this is very important. We trust them. So when we go out there and fight, I feel that we are together with them on the mats, fighting just the way that we talk with them since the beginning of the tournament, even before the tournament, a couple weeks before. We try to stay connected as much as we can. They have that. They do that really well. And that team connection is right there, you know, and they are incredible. They nicknamed themselves as a dream team, and actually, I believe it's for sure a dream team. They have all the qualities, you know, and I remember when I promote them, a lot of them to black belt, right? Lydia, Maria, Sarah, and Leticia, and many others. Shandy Ribeiro came to me and say, "What are you gonna do now? There's so many girls in the black belts. Like, what are you gonna do?" I say, "I'm gonna do nothing. They all like in different divisions. Like it's a perfect match, you know. Like they all fight in different weight divisions, and it's kind of like a complete team of black belts right now. Adult black belt female. It is incredible. We have like one girl for each division in the black belt, and now with Emily Leyva become a brown belt. Now she's, you know, brown belt and light feather, still like shining, and I hope like she can be that light feather that can pop up in the open class division as well. She likes to fight open class, and honestly, when she fights open class, I'm just like a little bit afraid because she's so tiny, right? But she's I think like she fights with the spirit, you know, and that's why she overcome so many good athletes, and they're in a good pace, you know. All of them, they are always cheerful. good personalities. They're all different, but it's still like super connected. And I can see that all of them, they are together, connected. And when one of them lose, they all feel really sad, you know. And they have that connection. And this is very important as a team. And I hope we can keep that for a long time.
It feels like just yesterday there were blue belt juveniles competing, and now they're black belts going to be competing at the highest level of the sport. Can you talk about that evolution and how quickly it went from juvenile blue belt to some of the best athletes in the world?
It was yesterday, you know. It doesn't feel like it was yesterday. It was super quick, man. Just like since juvenile won all their performance, you know, it was incredible. They always pop up with a very strong and super talented jiu-jitsu, but not only that, but the way they behave on the mat, the personality popping up, you know, it helps people to keep their eyes on them, you know. And I believe they have a great way to show their jiu-jitsu, you know. I think the personality that they have is what make them really special, you know. Definitely the technique, the way they apply the techniques, but I think the way they celebrate, the way they have the vibration, you know, when they fight, and you can tell they fight with heart and a lot of discipline during training sessions as well. I can see everything from the backstage all the way to where they're under the lights. And it is definitely special, and I can tell like they have a good let's say competition between them. You know, if one of them is doing something more than the others, all of them follow up. You know, I think that's what make them really special. They all like they have the same driven, you know, the same power of will to train, to compete, right? Even though like a lot of them for a while they didn't have the condition to be traveling all over, but they found a way to do it, you know. And suddenly like they start getting sponsors and all of that, you know. They start living the dream as a professional fighter. And just like Angelica said, it's never too early to act as a professional. And those girls, they act as a professional since they're littles, you know. So I think that's the huge difference between them from others.
Yeah, they have a really special environment that they're growing up in. They have you've won everything, incredible athlete in the Hall of Fame. Angelica was a great athlete. She also does their strength and conditioning, and you guys are just like mentors too off the mat. So it's just like the perfect storm to create a team like that.
Yeah, when I think about our lives, like it comes like a great, I would say, great memories, you know. Like I remember like 2 years before we moved to the United States, we live in Rio de Janeiro. And that's when Angelica got into the weightlifting programs, you know. And she started working out like super hard. She started learning a lot about weightlifting, right? And I think that gave Angelica like all the tools that she needs in order to help those girls, you know. And when I think like, why I live in Rio for 2 years, right? I was there for MMA. I retired from jiu-jitsu, but then I think, oh, I believe in God. I believe that God was preparing us to give the support that those girls need, you know. And I think that that was super special, you know. And definitely like thinking about all the sacrifices that we did to be a champion, you know, to conquer titles and all of that, help us to give them the support that they need today. And of course, all the mistakes that we made, we make our best to not let them commit the same mistakes, right? That way they kind of like had I would say a shortcut, you know?
Yeah.
So we kind of like, hey, don't go this way. Go this way right here. I think you're going to get there faster because I went here. It took me a little bit longer. So I think that thinking about everything, it's definitely an incredible journey, and it gave us a lot of pride in a good way but also satisfaction. You know, like we are super satisfied on how they behave and who they became and what they can be. You know, in a few years, and the future is bright for those girls, and I can't wait to see that.
I think one of the things that's probably hard to build is that camaraderie that they have. Like I was
Mhm.
telling Sarah, it seems like when one of them's competing, they're all the loudest people in the stands cheering for each other,
Yeah.
which is really, really cool to see.
Mhm.
How do you help foster that camaraderie and just help it continue to grow and build?
Yeah, definitely it's not easy, right? It's they're all different personalities,
Mhm.
right? And you know, they're all like girls and young, and there's a lot of emotions, you know, hormones and all that, you know, especially in the when you're a teenager. But I think the difference that they have good ears. I would say they listen. They listen a lot, especially Angelica. And I think Angelica is a huge role model for them, you know, in this aspect. And they trust and believe Angelica, you know. Of course, sometimes they go a little bit out of the track, you know, and right away we talk with them, you know, especially Angelica, right? She talks with them and then makes sure that they keep on track. Um, it's they have the freedom to do whatever they want, of course, but there's a limit, right? Because it's your career. You want to make sure that you have a good image. You want to make sure that when you're there performing or whatever you go, you're representing Atos, and they understand that really well. And I believe that we build a super amazing culture, right, between them, and that's why they're so united. Their culture is special. It's a culture of help each other, look up to each other, um, getting ideas together, and make sure those ideas like happen. You know, like even the way they put their patches on the gi, the color they fight, everything they want to do like together. You know, like the braids and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that that helps a lot. You know, and everybody can see that, right? And Sarah, like a day before she was competing, she was there all day long for all the girls.
Yep.
Until like the last girl competed and then she left the venue. Uh, and I look at that, I say, that's the energy, you know, that's the right way to do things. Because at the end of the day, we believe that serving is better than be served, you know. So I think having our daughter as an example right there, so she could, I would say, have all the, you know, like the easy path, I would say, right? The easy things to do. But no, she chose to be part of it, to be in the war, you know, to work harder and be around of those girls and help them and support them. I think that's the that's what helped them to be what they are today, you know, is the culture.
Mm-hmm. And you mentioned serving. I think that's something that they're definitely doing. They're serving by providing like highly technical, exciting matches. Their camaraderie serves as like an inspiring example to a lot of people. I know they did a seminar here before Worlds that Angelica said had over 300 people.
Yeah.
So they're doing a lot to help build up the jiu-jitsu community. Can
Yeah.
you comment on that?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, like the first 24 hours when we released about the seminar, like we had already over 100 girls like sign up, like 110, 120.
It's crazy.
And then we started thinking like, oh my God, like, well, how are we gonna do it, right? And that just show like how much people appreciate them, you know. I think all of this culture of serving and helping is inspiring, and people see that even though they're very young, you know, very young woman, right? All of them, they don't have kids yet, you know, but I think they inspire a lot of families still, you know. So they're a great example for kids, for adults, for women, you know. I think definitely they are in the right path, and we want to do more events like that, you know, where they involve the community.
Yeah.
And showing the power of the community of jiu-jitsu for women, you know. The women's jiu-jitsu is growing fast, right? And I think they are the generation that's kind of like changing a little bit the game, you know. They, with all respect for all the other generations, of course, they paved the path for these girls, of course. But I believe like that mother aspect of jiu-jitsu, you know, it's popping up on them. You know, I can tell like when they fight, the techniques, the positions, and everything that they're doing. It's very inspiring, you know, and people see that. And you know, even though they have different personalities, I would say that they understand the power of serving, you know. And Angelica is very clear about that for them. And I think what they do have more purpose, right? It's not only going there, winning, getting the medal, go home, and that's it, right? So it's beyond that. When they're stepping on the mat, they know they have a mission that's way stronger than just winning the gold medal. It's about inspiring. It's about building a community. It's about responsibility, right? They're very responsible for every single action that they have on and off the mats. And I think that's what make them believe in the power of serving and changing the community. And this is just the beginning for them, just the beginning, right? So we have a lot to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just asking Sarah what some of her goals were, like off the mat, outside of competition, and she said she wants the dream team to keep growing and keep being a thing. Even though she's a black belt now, like she wants it to be this thing that evolves and grows and keeps getting bigger and stays alive. And I thought that was so cool.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So Sarah, like, she has a good mindset and she's very positive and she's super smart in terms of far seeing things. You know, she has good vision of the things that she wants. Sometimes she come up with ideas and we just like, wow, this is great, you know. And I think she can express that during her fight. You can see like the way she fights, like she has like good ideas, you know, great mind, and she's super bright about the vision that she has for things. And you know, right now she just she decided to take care of the young girls from the team. You know, we have a lot of young ladies here, like teenagers and 12 years old, 13 years old girls that are here, even 11 years old, like Alana, like Maria. Maria is like already 16, 17 years old. But she just told us that she would like to take care of these girls, you know, and the girls are responding really well. They're doing amazing. They're getting great results. And I think she will do a great job as a leader, you know. And Sarah, like the way I would say, we gave her education at home, it's a way that naturally she turns herself into a leader, you know, naturally. We never like oppress her opinion, you know. Every time like we kind of like open up and let her like give her opinion about things, and we kind of like agree or disagree. Like we understand that sometimes the opinion is cool, it's great, and sometimes we kind of like know how to. I think this is not the right way, right? And she understands everything, and I think that's why she has, I would say, confidence in believing that she can keep up on bringing up more girls, getting the team stronger and stronger. So, and definitely, I believe and I have no doubt that will happen.
What was it like to promote her to black belt?
Excuse me?
What was it like to promote Sarah to black belt? Had to have been extremely emotional moment for you.
It's crazy. I knew it would come, you know. And honestly, when she was purple belt and she was doing so good and amazing, I knew that the time would be fast, you know. I knew it by watching her training, you know, and I was just like, wow, pretty soon she'll be a black belt. And we thought about how we would promote her, like how would be the ceremony at the gym, at the tournament, after Worlds. But then I believe that God prepared like in that way, right? It was a very special moment where, you know, I got super emotional. I tried to hold myself up as much as I could at that moment because it was her moment.
Yeah.
And I think it was a perfect time, and it was a great way for us to close out Worlds 2025 with the victory. You know, like it was a victory for Sarah because we all knew that she had the level. Of course, is the beginning. She's gonna get a lot of experience in the black belt. She could fight as a black belt already. We thought a lot about it, but then we decided that it would be better for her to build up a good experience as a brown belt, even though it was fast, right? It was less than a year, but yeah, she deserves it more than anyone, and all those girls, right? Not only her, but talking about like her promotion is, as a father, as a parent, like thinking about that she was like, you know, about everything, like when she was born, and you know, she was watching or training sessions like while she was on the stroller, you know, and then playing with with all the adults on the mat, like running around and everything. It was incredible. It goes by really fast, you know. People don't understand that when they're very young, but it went super fast, and now he's just enjoying the moment, right? I'm super excited and happy about how it's gonna be for her from now on, and she already, like, I can tell she already have a different mindset, you know, when she's training. She already changed her mindset, you know, and especially after Worlds, she was talking with us, and I can tell like she was already like thinking differently, and she was super excited, super happy to, and she can't wait to fight as a black belt, right? So definitely was a very special moment for me, for Angelica, for her family, for everyone around us, for the team, you know. And Sarah is a great student, not because she's my daughter, right? Definitely I felt like honored to promote her, and I felt like pleasure and all the feelings, all the good feelings that you can ever imagine, like love and all that, to tie the belt on her waist, and the future is bright.
Yeah, I think another thing that really stands out about her, not just like her willingness to take on challenges, which is something we talked to her and Angelica about, but also the way she handled the pressure of being a Galvao, trying to like carry on your legacy. Like you and Angelica have built amazing reputations and legacies in the sport, and Sarah just looks so confident and cool and calm and collected when she competes. So that's pretty amazing too.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's all on her. Like, she's definitely understand the message that we pass to her, and it's about being happy and love what you do, and she loves what she does, and she's special. My daughter's special.
Yeah, I think the black belt divisions are going to be even more exciting next
It's
year with some of the
exciting.
athletes.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be amazing. Yeah.
So I want to talk about some of your black belts that competed at the Worlds. I thought we'd start with Joao Mendes.
Mm-hmm.
He put on an amazing performance. We just got a chance to talk to him. It was so fun. He never had even medaled at the Worlds.
No.
And then he comes in on his fourth try, wins gold, beat some incredible competitors. He had Thiago Macedo, Marco Mendes, Diego Sodre, and Mayram. Some of the best featherweights in the world. That run was mind-blowing.
Yeah. It was, I think it was the toughest bracket at Worlds. One of the toughest brackets.
Yeah, I told him that we had, since 2016, a different champion every year. So 9 different champions in the last 9 editions of the Worlds.
Yeah.
I think that kind of speaks to the level of competitor in the division. Yeah.
So, and winning a bracket like back-to-back, like against...
Yeah.
And I think the first fight, he fought a guy that was a former like Pan Am champ, right? Right away. And then the second fight was like, I forgot who was it. It was Macedo.
Yeah. Thiago Macedo was the first, then Marco Mendes.
Marco
second.
Mendes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, it was really good young
Very
kid. Amazing.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then after that, like Sodre, which is like someone that always defeat Bisnaga, but always by like ref decision or like advantage, you know?
Yeah.
He ended up getting the submission. And then Mayran, who's like incredible featherweight, someone that is really strong for the weight, right? and someone that was like crushing all the opponents. And Bisnaga, Joao Mendes, he had an incredible performance by controlling him. And I remember like before the finals, we had a strategy and we changed.
Yeah, he told me that. He said he had a strategy and then he went to you with it and you were like, I think we'll do something different.
Exactly. I took the paper, throw in the trash. he came so happy, like, hey, Professor, that's like the idea. I say, crap, don't do it. Like, I think we had a great connection at Worlds. It was incredible. I remember before he fight Sodre, I told him, I say, believe in your submission attempts. Like, go for triangle, go for armbar, go for omoplata, right? Like, attack him submissions. And I say that. And then I turned my back and I started walking away. And something, like, in my mind came up. And I turned around and I look at him. I say, don't forget the ankle lock. and then he got the ankle lock. I was just like, wow. You know, and
he told us too he never does that in the gym.
Yeah,
it was like something he just pulled out of his bag of tricks in the moment.
Yeah, man, like it was incredible. So, he was on fire, and our connection was one of the best. It was the best ever. Like from all the other tournaments that I was with him, I think this one was the one that we have incredible connection. And in the finals, like the strategy was, he would like to pull fast, like letting me run, like break his grip, and then kind of like be without the grip. I said, no, man, you have to keep him close, like, right. And then he did it, and then we controlled the whole fight. Definitely, he won that match, right? Even though it was a ref decision and all that, but I overall, if you watch the fight, Bisnaga had way more attempts and attacks and controlling and all that, and he neutralized Meiran's game. You can tell when he was pulling guard, Meiran was trying to pass right away. He was blocking really well. It was an incredible performance, and I think we had like some training sessions like that where one person pulled guard, the other one tried to pass right away, and I think that helps a lot for that fight. And he believed the strategy. It's all about the trust, like I said before. He trusts in my words. He trusts in the team. He trusts in the whole process, and he trusts himself. So when he was there, you could tell like he was different than all the other athletes. Like there was something different in Bisnaga, and that made him like a world champ. And now he's enjoying the moment. A lot of doors open for him. You know, a lot of opportunities, and he's still, I would say, feet on the floor, right? I can tell like he's still super humble and he wants more, and he's already getting prepared for the next tournaments. And it's just the beginning for him, right? So hopefully he can keep up at the top for a while.
When there's someone like him who wins after having so many years of, I would say, disappointment and just not getting the results he wants, I would imagine it's so hard probably during that time when he is going to the Worlds, giving up everything to prepare for it, and then he just doesn't get the results. And it took him four tries. Yeah. And there were a few years I think he had to miss the Worlds too. So it was several years of him trying to achieve this goal. Yeah. Like how do you keep him motivated and like focused when he continually works so hard and doesn't get the result that he wants?
Yeah, so it wasn't just Worlds. It was like Brazilian Nationals, like Pans, like all the tournaments, all the Grand Slams.
I think the only Grand Slam he podiumed at was Europeans 2019, he was saying. Yeah. That's, and
far away.
6 years ago.
A long time ago, yeah. So, during the communication with the athletes at the gym, like I always tell them that you have to keep moving forward. You have to keep believing. You have to keep building confidence, and the confidence you build in training. I think that throughout the camp, his mindset was tuned in a good way. He was super positive the whole camp, especially this camp. I believe that, our leadership as well, like me and Angelica, we made some decisions and some change that definitely changed the environment of the gym. And that helps us to stay even more connected with their students, And I think Bisnaga was one of them that was kind of like a little bit disconnected, And then like finally we kind of like get super connected.
Yeah.
And I think throughout the process, it worked really well. And you know, when you lose, you know, it's not easy, right? You lose confidence as well. You kind of like have doubts within you, and you know how negative we are. You know, sometimes when things doesn't go our way, we just think that, oh, how am I gonna do it? You know, like maybe I have to stop, maybe I have to quit, maybe this is not for me, right? That's like what people think. And we always told him that he's super talented, super talented. And I think what really changed his mindset was the crown. When he was the crown, he got that performance, and he knew that when he fight the finals against Pato, he was doing so well until he made a mistake, and he understood that was a mistake. And that was kind of like I would say, I even have goosebumps. That was kind of like a stage to prepare him for the finals of Worlds, or for a tournament like Worlds. It was exactly kind of like the same, like a little bit like lights out, right? Like just the mat like brightened up, and it was perfect. And I think like he had those feelings, and plus he defeated like some tough opponents like Kennedy and some other guys, right? And then he went all the way to the finals, and with an incredible performance against one of the best nowadays, which is Pato, right? He's doing really well. So that was what kind of like, he's like, whoa, I can get this. I'm not done yet, right? And we all told him too, hey, you know why you lost. You know that you didn't believe much in yourself. You know that if you keep up with the pace, you probably would do well, right? And he agreed with that. And that was when he kind of like, I could see his eyes like, I can do it, you know? And I think that's what I would say, that's a huge lesson for all of us. If you don't stop, there'll be an opportunity. That was an opportunity for him there. And I remember that because Bisnaga doesn't have like until there, right? He didn't have like amazing media, right? Like his name wasn't popping up all the time, right? And after that, people were like, whoa, you know, who's this guy? He's tough. And I think that made him have that feeling like, I can do it, and he did it. So when he came to Worlds, I think everything was kind of like, nothing was fresh for him. Nothing was new. He already passed to that. And I think that helped him to become a world champion for sure. That was like the time.
Yeah, last year, 2024 Worlds, Adam Wardzinski won, and that was his first world title. He had never placed, and then he went on to win everything. He won the crown, he won Europeans, Pans, Brasileiros. So a lot of times you see these guys, they win their first major title. They always had the talent, but then they win, and it really gives them the confidence. And you see how important of a role confidence plays in getting wins. Do you see maybe something like that for Bisnaga?
Oh, yeah. Overall, everything, you know. I think that can change the mindset, not only Bisnaga's mindset, but everyone that's around him, you know, like his wife, you know, his parents, everyone that's around him. Like people kind of like, wow, he did it, so we can do it too. We have to stop thinking the way we thought before, you know. I think like now, I believe that's what happened with Adam, right? Like people around him kind of like knew that he could be super good, right, and be the best, but always the doubt make them not manifesting that moment that they were trying to create. And you know, as a human being, we create everything here, right? If it doesn't manifest in your mind, it's hard to manifest in the real world, right? And the power of the mindset, the power of thinking exists, right? If you are what you think, right? And I think right now, Bisnaga and a guy like Adam, they believe they're champions. Now they know they're champions. I'm a world champion. I'm a champion. I defeat the best in the world. So no one can stop me right now. And then they become like unstoppable, I'd say, right? So hopefully that mindset sticks with him. Because sometimes also people feel pressure after become a champion, right? But usually it's when they have a really good turn the whole career. But when something like happen like Bisnaga or Adam, where they kind of like have a lot of losses and then suddenly they start like winning, it's different because they already deal so much with the feeling of losing that when they have the opportunity to feel like victorious, they don't want to like lose that, you know. Yeah. And I think that will make them just go harder and train even more. I was in the bathroom right now, like right there, getting ready for the interview here, and he was in the bathroom too. And I spoke with him. Hey, now I have to train more. Okay, he's like, no, Professor, I'm very motivated, you know. So I think that's the mindset that we all need. You know, we have to believe first, and sometimes it needs to happen first so you can believe. But for this tournament, I think he was believing even before.
Yeah, it was so inspiring to watch him go out there and win against such amazing athletes.
Yeah.
He had some other really inspiring performances from Atos black belts. Thought we'd talk about Andy to start.
Yeah.
Competed in lightweight. I think this was his first lightweight Grand Slam tournament of 2025. He was doing middle before. Mm-hmm. Had some great results earlier in the year as well. Mm-hmm. But Andy just looked dialed in, focused. I think he had all submissions leading into the final.
Yeah.
He was on fire. He looked incredible. Just talk about Andy, and I know he came up short in the final, but he had such a great run.
No, for sure. Andy is someone that people love to watch.
Yeah.
He's super technical. He's overall very good in everything. He has good takedowns, good passing, good guard, you know, good submissions. He has a good style, you know, good jiu-jitsu style. And he's like he was born in Japan, right? So he has that discipline of the Japanese culture. And when he fights, is very respectful for all the athletes and all the fighters that he fights. And I think people likes to watch him, you know, and it's because the way he fights, you know, like I really like the way he fights. I really like to watch him as well. He's definitely like a really special and inspiring athlete. In the training sessions, like we call him Conde Coma, you know, you know the Conde Coma, the guy who brought jiu-jitsu to Brazil. Because they say like everything we try to do on him, like it doesn't work, you know. And I think it's just, you know, I believe that there's the right moment for everything.
Yeah.
Right? And what I tell him is just like, your moment didn't show up yet, you know, so it's gonna come. We all know that he has a potential to be like multiple-time world champion, and he knows that as well, right? But probably there's a lot of things within him that needs to be changed, you know. I believe that there's a lot of things about maturity and, you know, about personality, I would say, right? So he has a very strong personality, but I feel like, you know, sometimes like things doesn't happen because there are things within us that needs to be changed. And he knows what I'm talking here, you know. I talk with him a lot. And in terms of jiu-jitsu, incredible, right? But you know, people have different stories, you know. His story, I believe his story in jiu-jitsu inspire a lot of people as well. Already inspire a lot of people for sure. But the day that he wins is gonna be amazing. It's gonna be incredible. It's gonna come in the right time. I told him, I say, next year we're gonna win double gold. Imagine like he goes and fight like the class and the weight division and win both, and then you settle it. You get the ring and everything. Everything comes at once. You had the crown and everything. So I say, that's how God does, you know. So you have just to persist. But I feel that Andy's just getting better and better and better and better and better every year. Yeah. And I feel that it's because he falls short. Because when you fall short, you kind of like get frustrated. You're just like, you know what? I need to get better. Because when you win, you feel like you don't need to get better, right? But when you lose, you feel like I need to improve. I need to get better. And I can tell, like when he come back training, he right there in training. Like I saw him training yesterday. He was over and over like passing the single leg. You know, he was like grabbing the people in single leg and then just doing drills like about that. So there's always things that you can improve, and when you fall short, you always go back and try to fix as many things as you can. That's why he's always growing, he's always getting better, and he's always improving. And the next version of Andy Murasaki is going to be even better than that because he's still young. You know, he's not even in his prime yet.
Yeah, 24 years old.
Yeah, he's like
Crazy.
24. Yeah, he was born in 2000. 2000 was like getting my high school degree. Crazy, man. So I feel like, you know, God has a plan for him. Definitely a great plan. We have to believe that. We have to just keep moving forward. But overall, he had an incredible performance, right? And, you know, sometimes we lose, you know. Sometimes it can happen. But definitely I think something really special will happen, and it's going to be super inspiring. And there's a different story for everyone. And his story is being written in a good way. And I have no doubt that in the right moment, a lot of blessings will come, you know. And you see that winning the title, it's important. It's very, very good. But what you do with that, it's more important. You know, he's a person that already serving, helping a lot of the gym, inspire a lot of people in the gym, the athletes and the kids program, everyone. So I think everybody sees that. So now he's enjoying the moment, enjoying the ride, and work to get better.
I love the story Bisnaga told about Andy helping him out. He kind of told him, like, hey, you're losing, but you got to train like this, like you're preparing for the Worlds every day for 3 years. So I don't know if I'm getting the quote exactly right, but he told him it's like work on top of work on top of work. And I think people really see that in Andy. Like, they see that attitude and that mindset come through in his performances. You can tell he's a guy who's just always training. Like you said, you kind of have to be that way to always be getting better, and Andy is. So I think that's something that that's a concrete example of how he's inspiring people.
Definitely, yes. His maturity is, in terms of competition, technique, incredible, you know. And even those advices, you know, like he helped. His advice helped someone from our team to become a champion, someone that was always, I would say, fall short, right? Not even placed in the podium. And that sticks in Bisnaga's mind. And Bisnaga didn't forget that, right? When he won, he came up and mentioned that. And Andy, like, has part of his victory as well, you know? And I remember, like, after the fight, after Bisnaga celebrated and all that, I ran towards the place that Andy was getting prepared to get, because he was the next finals. The first thing Andy say, like, when I came up to say, hey, let's go, right? He's like, man, I'm so happy for Bisnaga. That's the first thing he say. Yeah, man, I'm so happy for Bisnaga. I say, okay, now it's you, let's go, right? So you can tell, like, they have a good connection as well. So, and I think that's what he needs to keep doing, like inspiring people, serving, helping, and motivating as many people as he can, especially those who are close to him.
Yeah, another guy who's doing that is Rolando Samson. I think you mentioned that he's one of your longest tenured students, someone who's been with you the longest. And he has such a cool story too. Like, has a family. I think he has 2 kids now. Has like had his studies in years past, like before he got his black belt. So he's always like juggled a lot of things and still been an incredible athlete with amazing results. Tell me about his run at the Worlds.
Yeah, so Rolando is special, right? Definitely has a unique jiu-jitsu style. He's super explosive, super fast. I call him Rolex because he's precise. He's a golden boy, you know. And you know, when he's at the mat training, he inspires everyone. His energy is super high all the time. He's very positive. He did everything his parents told him to do, right? He even like got a degree, right? He's the first one from his entire family to get a degree, you know, a college and university degree, and he's still like teaching jiu-jitsu. That's what he loves. He's with me since 2011, so he's here for almost 15 years. When he got here, he was 16 years old, right? 16, 17 years old. And we won and conquered so many things together, And I remember for this Worlds, he felt like he shouldn't fight because, like, I think about 5 weeks before Worlds, his daughter was born.
Mm-hmm.
And he was, like, busy with all of that. And he didn't train for, I think, 3 or 4 weeks. And then when he came back helping everyone. And I said, let's roll. I was telling to roll and train all the time. And not only that, he was teaching a lot of classes. He teaches a lot of classes here. That's the only thing he does. He doesn't have any other job. That's his job, teaching jiu-jitsu. And I told him, did you sign up for Worlds? He was just like, not yet. I feel like I'm not going to fight. I say, why are you not going to fight? He's like, I'm not ready. I say, no, you're ready. Of course you're ready. You're Rolando Samson. He's like, yeah, so what? I say, yes, you're Rolando Samson. You train since you're a little kid. You did this your entire life. And you never know what's going to happen next Worlds, right? You have to do it, Please sign up. And he's like, okay, I'll listen. I trust you. Again, about trust, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he trusts me, and he signed up, put his name there, all the way to the finals with an incredible performance.
Oh, yeah.
Incredible performance. Amazing jiu-jitsu, right? I could see, like, when he was fighting, like, the crowd was like, whoa. Everybody was like, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, one of the arm bars he hit off that guard pass was wild.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah. It's like Rolando Samson has a whoa jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Like, when you watch it, it's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Like, you can expect anything. Anything can happen. Top, bottom. And he did amazing in the finals, right? Mm-hmm. He ended up having a serious back injury. I think on the last fight of the day, he came up to me and said, hey, Professor, I hurt my back really bad. And then we have our physical therapist there, Ivan, and he was like, help him. So he ended up showing up the next day and still having great performance against one of the best nowadays, like Taina, right?
Mm-hmm.
I could see that Taina was like a little concerned about Rolando's moves because Rolando is really fast. You have to make sure you control him. You don't let him like move. And Taina did really well with that. But overall, Rolando fought really well, and you could see like after the fight, he was very cheerful.
Mm-hmm.
The crowd was like clap for him. People love him. He's a very good man, and a great student, great example. For me, I feel super special to have someone as Rolando because he's special for me, and thinking about that, we kind of like raise him, right? He was with us all day on the mat. He was the youngest. When you were drilling, when you're training, he was there with us all the time. And he was always very respectful. He called me he called Angelica Miss Angelica. And he called me Professor the whole time. Called me like Sir. He's very polite. And I think it's crazy because the way he fights, the aggression that he has in the fight, it's completely different the person that he is. You know what I mean? But I feel that he's very, I would say, objective on the things that he wants. And his jiu-jitsu is like that, Like when you talk to him, he's very objective. And he's very smart, super intelligent. He's a great guy to talk about anything, life, about jiu-jitsu, about politics, about anything. He's super smart. And I'm very happy that he got into the finals, his first finals. And he's still young too, right? He just turned 30 years old. He's still young. Like, there's a lot for Rolando. Just have to keep taking care of his health. And I believe that one day he's going to be a world champ. He deserves that.
Yeah, it's so interesting you said how his style on the mat is different than like his personality because he's so friendly. Yeah. Like everyone loves talking to him, loves being around him. I'm sure he's just an amazing person having the academy to just build the vibe in the gym.
Yeah, like his class at 6 a.m. is packed. Always a lot of people. We have like 30, 40, sometimes more than 40 people on the mat at 6 a.m.
Wow.
Everybody's super happy to train with him. And he's with the high energy at 6 a.m., like lifting up everyone. When we had the belt promotion, pretty much like everyone to get promoted, thank Rolando. Like everyone, right? And it was funny. It was really funny. Like I was trying to tell everybody, "Oh, thanks, Professor." But I would like to thank Rolando. So like because he did this, he said
it's part
this,
of everyone's journey.
Exactly. Like somehow, like when he's on the mat, like he's with you. The class can have like 100 people. Like he feels that he has a connection with you, you know. And I think makes him really special as a human being, you know.
Yeah, that's so cool.
And that's why he's having success.
Let's talk a little bit about Batista, Gustavo Batista.
Yeah.
He had an amazing run as well.
Yeah.
Second year in a row that he faced Jansen in the final. Last year he got that crazy, amazing ankle lock finish that was so nice. And then this year Jansen won on points, but it was a great match. I think one thing that really stood out about the final, of course he had a great run leading into the final, but his defense was like impenetrable. It's like I was trying to think back, like if he's ever gotten in like a bad position. I can't even remember him being in like a bad spot. It's kind of crazy the way he's able to defend like that.
Yeah, man. So when you do specific training here, his defense is sick, very good, especially the back defense. I don't know. He's built different. Batista is built different. Like when you're trying to take his back, it looks like a barrel. He looks like a barrel, like a big barrel. You can't get it, you know what I mean? Like
can't get your arms around it.
It's weird, man. It's like you mounting a horse. Like your legs become short. You know, he's super wide. You know, like like he demonstrated that he's not only a fighter that can attack but also can defend, because jiu-jitsu is about both, right? It's about attacking and defending. I think the quarterfinals against Spirondelli, Matteo Spirondelli, was something like that. The guy went to his back and then he counterattacked right there, and then he ended up finishing the guy with a cross choke. He definitely like have amazing defense. He can like overcome the defense and find himself in a good spot. You know? Yeah. But unfortunately, in the finals, I think Jansen was ready for that. Jansen was making sure that when Batista was defending, he was making sure that he didn't stay on bottom, you know. And that's what makes him, I would say, control the fight a little bit better, right? And Batista was defending, but he wasn't finding like a good situation to kind of like overcome Jansen. Jansen was well prepared. Props for him, like great performance. But I was very impressed as well. And I knew, actually, you know, I knew that he has incredible defense. I was just expecting Batista to kind of like turn around, you know, like defending and finding himself in a better spot. But it didn't happen. But it's still like when he got off the fight, he told us that he made a few mistakes in the beginning, but he's a smart fighter. He'll fix that and he'll come back stronger for sure. And still young as well, like super young. We're gonna see Batista many times in the finals, I believe. It's really hard to defeat Batista. Like when we train here, I can tell like his mindset, it's strong, and he doesn't accept anything. He doesn't accept like being like behind, you know. He always wants to get better, improve, and he definitely will come back stronger after that.
Yeah, he's had several fights with Jansen. They've all been really great fights, really exciting, so I'm sure we're going to see that one again.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Let's talk a little bit about Luisa. Last year, she won her third world title. I believe she got a toe hold submission in the final last year. This year, she faced Jen Aina, who's been, I would say, somewhat of like a rival, someone she's faced several times. They've gone back and forth, had great matches. Just tell me about Luisa's performance this year at the Worlds.
Yeah, I think her performance was incredible. Last year, she submitted all fights, right? This year, she came back she decided actually to come back, right?
Mm-hmm.
She decided to retire, and then she got like, no, I feel like I have fire yet. I still like on fire. I can do more. I say, Louisa, fight. You know, if you like to fight, do it. And here we go again. One more finals. And throughout the tournament, you could see that more and more her jiu-jitsu is getting just like Batista's jiu-jitsu. You know, like the way she passed, the way she put pressure, everything like exactly like the way that Batista do things, you know. And in the finals, I think she has an incredible performance. We kind of like knew that that situation would happen. And I remember like she mentioned that she has a habit, like, hey, Professor, I have this habit here to always come up and kind of like giving the leg to my opponent and all that. I have to change that. I say, yes, hopefully we can change right now, you know. But, you know, it's a habit and it happens. But she told us that she will come back and she will fix that, right? And I believe, like, even though, like, she falls short in the finals, her performance was incredible. Like, she knew that she did her best. Janaína just was in her moment, right? It's her first world title. Mm-hmm. She was super hungry about it. And right at the end, like the last few minutes, right, 1 minute before or something, before the end of the match, she ended up getting swept, right? And she swept Louisa. But that was it. But I think overall she did great. It was a great performance. And now she just have to keep training, keep working and fixing the mistakes. And we knew that Janaína likes to go for ankle lock, and she likes a lot of lapel as well. Mm-hmm. And you could see that Louisa was ready for that. Louisa was neutralizing everything. But I felt that Janaína was just a little like, I need that title, you know. Like, it was kind of like more into like trying to be more aggressive because, you know, she already lost to Louisa before as well, you know. But yeah, it was an incredible fight, and the girls for sure like display amazing jiu-jitsu, both of them. But I have no doubt that Louisa will be in the finals again, you know, next year. Like I saw her match, like she was like ahead of all the opponents. It was incredible.
Yeah, it was so exciting to see her go back into competition this year, do the Pans, do the Worlds. Yeah. And, of course, you always want what's best for your athlete, but hopefully, from a selfish perspective, she competes again so we can see some more amazing jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, because I tell her, like, when I roll with her, I say, Luisa, if you were my size, and you'd kill me, you'd destroy me. Like, your jiu-jitsu is incredible. And honestly, like, one of the best jiu-jitsu that I ever felt in the women's jiu-jitsu, like, when you roll with girls, right? Like she's probably like one of the best that I ever roll with, you know, like female. So incredible. I told her, like, you have amazing jiu-jitsu, you can't stop.
Yeah. Awesome stuff. Well, I think Atos, like you said, had such a good performance at the Worlds. Did you have any other like final thoughts or anything else you wanted to share about the World Championships this year?
Yeah, definitely. Like overall, I was super happy about everything, right? We had like some special moments at Worlds, and I like when we break, I would say, we break through like some records, I would say, right? Mm-hmm. Like Lily is like, she had an incredible performance against Elena. Yeah. It was like just, I think, she decided to go to the armbar, right? Mm-hmm. She stayed right there. She would like get some points that could help her. But I think she had an incredible performance. And she's the first, I would say, Native American to be a world champion and to be in the finals of Worlds again. And also we have like the first Korean champion in the lightweight division, purple belt, Park. Park was an incredible fighter. He surprised a lot of people, but his jiu-jitsu is incredible. He defeated everyone. That lightweight division, purple belt, was stacked, and it was incredible, and he was winning all the tough guys. He had a credible run as well. And there was like some other fighters that had incredible performance, like Rogero submitting all the fights, you know, in the purple belt heavyweight. and many other athletes that performed super well and helped Atos to become fourth place as male division, and the girls winning the title, right? And it was overall like a great performance, and we had like a lot of people in the second day, actually in the second day black belt, right? It's Sunday. We had Raul, Ronaldo, you know,
Yep.
Rolando, all these guys that went to the finals. We had like 5 guys in the finals of the black belts. We won one, and we lost like 4 finals. But there were like times that we went with 6 people in the finals. All 6 people won.
Yeah.
You know, so it happens, right? So, but all their fights were very close, like very close matches, and you know, it was by just like small things, right? But I was overall like super happy about everyone competing the way they competed. Of course, we would like to win, right? To see them winning, but we understand that certain things is not under our control, right?
Yep.
We have to understand that, and life is like that, right? We have to be prepared for everything. Sometimes it's not the way we want, right? And we just, I believe that made us stronger. We come back stronger next year. Atos is still like one of the best teams in the world, and I'm really happy about everything, and I can't wait for the future of all the girls, all the guys. We have Nogi Worlds coming up, and that's our focus right now. We're gonna go to Asian Open as well. Sarah will be doing her black belt debut right there, you know, in a very special moment for us. She'll be doing the black belt debut in Japan, right? The samurai land. It's gonna be incredible. So just happy, you know, just thank God for everything, you know. Thank IBJJF for such an incredible platform to that helped a lot of people, you know, where dreams come true, where people change their lives, you know, just like it changed my life for better, you know, with that platform back in the day. Imagine right now, right? Still amazing platform. And just this is just the beginning, and I have no doubts that in the very near future, like jiu-jitsu be the most practical martial arts. Like I want jiu-jitsu to be, and I know the IBJJF is working on that as well, to make jiu-jitsu the martial arts that has more practitioners in the world, and we are getting there. More and more, you see more kids and more girls, more masters, you know, more everything. So it's just a snowball, and I think it's not going to stop. And I just feel really blessed to choose jiu-jitsu back in the day, where we used to have doves flying around like the venue, inside the venue. No paper towels in the bathroom. So back in the day was kind of crazy, but man, seeing like everything that we overcame to be here, it is incredible. And the organization, it's great. So I would like to just congratulate you guys for everything you guys do, and thank you guys for all of you guys that you guys do. And I can't wait for the next one. Next Worlds is gonna be special, and can't wait to be there again.